that was a nice little side trail. It was a short little trail that went out to a point looking over the river. I don't know if you could do dispersed camping at that area or not. I didn't see any sign of camping, so I'm not sure. But it was cool. Standing under the Tennessee River Bridge on the eastern side. I'm right down at the river's edge, and it's cold. It's probably 40 degrees. I'm trying to trace a little path, a little trail on Onyx, so we'll see how it turns out. Come down this little trail and I have no idea where it leads. It looks like it continues over there, but I think I'm going to turn around because this area is not very well sketched out on Onyx, and it's a very muddy and cold day. But this is pretty neat. This will be something worth checking out, maybe in a little bit better conditions. And I also want to make sure I'm not trespassing on anybody's private property. This is the road on the eastern side of the Tennessee River Bridge, and it's somewhat gravel, somewhat dirt. right after you cross under I-40. This is the Buffalo River. Off of Only Road. You ever seen a post office like that? that little creek crossing had maybe like a hole in it, and I dropped down quite a bit more than I was expecting to. And it kind of got my attention. This final section of the drive will put us out on a portion of Scooter's Loop, which is already in Onyx off-road app. Well, I was able to map the trail that I had put together through the Onyx tracking system, and I was amazed that I was able to make all the turns from memory. It had been several weeks since I had done this trail and put it together. I had tried to sit down and write it all out, but even just looking at a map, I was sort of confused on which route I actually took at certain points. But like I said, when I was actually driving it, I remembered all of the turns that I made. So I have basically connected from just the western side of the Tennessee River. You do just a few miles, and then of course you have to get back on I-40 to cross the river. And then the first exit after the river, you get back off, and I was able to backtrack a little bit on a little road that went back to the eastern side of the Tennessee River, and then I started from that point onward, and now I'm at the portion of Scooter's Loop that's very adjacent to I-40. You can see traffic. And I would say that probably 80% of that route was gravel / dirt roads. There were several little creek crossings and little bridges that were close to the water, which I think is pretty cool. Most of the actual route is very easy. You can do it with any kind of vehicle. The only exceptions are when you actually get to Scooter's Loop, it has some green and blue 4x4 sections, and you'd probably want a four-wheel drive vehicle to do the actual loop. The other area was on the eastern side of the Tennessee River. I found a little trail that took off from the main gravel road that you would want to be able to get in 4-low and have high clearance. I only took that trail for just a few hundred yards, maybe a half a mile, before there were some downed branches, and I didn't want to try to cross over that. I also wasn't sure at that point if that was private property or not, and I didn't want to trespass. But that section, that could get pretty squirrely pretty quickly. So that could be pretty fun. But yeah, the overall trail ended up being 41 miles. So I'm going to try to upload it to Onyx and see if they let me do that.